Welcome back to another round of playing the Wizards with myself, Pallando versus Gandalf. Okay, so we're back over here. We're here with Pallando's team, and we're in Moria. We're in the untap phase, so we're untapping. Everyone is under Pallando's direct influence, so we have a whopping 20 general influence free, which means we can easily bring Thráin in at Lorien. Thráin doesn't have a home site, so he has to be brought into the Haven, and I think we'll just bring him in at Lorien. That's kind of our main haven. Seems odd for a bunch of dwarves, but that's the way it is. Yes, so while we're in the organization phase, let's think about what we can do here. So we can't make it to the Iron Hills from Moria in one turn. However, Wormsbane is not a horde item. It's just a greater item. So we could go to the Dead Marshes in Dagorlad, and then from Dagorlad we can get to the Iron Hills in one turn. So we could go in 2 turns. The problem is who's going to pull the sword. Yeah, I guess I could have Bifur take it. He has effectively 2 corruption points at the moment, but this is worth 3 thanks to Entagast at home, so we've got to do something about that. I could have them all gather and pick up Thráin and bring him along, but I'd rather just have Thráin sit in Lorien for a bit and just Marvel's told some of this stuff that's really messing us up over there. Got 3 Marvels told. So I think that's what we're going to do. And yeah, if we can maintain our fellowship, and if we can get Entagast out of here, then Bifur only has 4 corruption points with this sword in hand, and maybe we can store the book. Once we store the book at the Iron Dwarf Hold, then he'll have a much better. He's not really the ideal person to hold the Wormsbane. It'd be nicer on a higher prowess character, but I you know, as we saw with Bilbo, every time we roll those die, we're tempting fate, even though the chance is low. Yeah, low probability things happen. Okay. I'm prepared to use Thráin to get rid of one of these corruption cards. We can't move. We cannot move without Pallando getting rid of this. So still in the organization phase, I'm going to tap Pallando to try to get rid of Lure of Nature. Oh no, you rolled a 4, so you have to roll a greater than a 4 to get rid of the lure. Okay, I'm going to have Gloin tap to try and get rid of the Lure of the Senses. Alright, he rolls an 8, so he does manage to get rid of his, but okay, and then Thráin is going to tell some fascinating tales here in Lorien that are somehow going to break Pallando out of his desire to go native, and yes, so he will make a corruption check, provided that he can pass the corruption check. That goes away. And obviously, I'd love to get rid of one of these dragon at-homes, but I cannot move around with Pallando with 4 corruption points. That's just too dangerous. Effectively 4 corruption points. 5, but with the fellowship 4. Okay. Alright, he rolled a 6, so Thráin passes his corruption check, and that gets rid of that. Okay, so there we go. And now we're in the organization phase. I think we can just keep everyone under Pallando's direct influence. We're not picking up any factions this turn. We're only using up 9 with Thráin, so we're good. And let's head to... So Thráin stays put, and then we head to the Dead Marshes. So we're going from Shadowland to Shadowland. The site path is double wilderness, double Shadowlands. Yeah, going from a Shadowland to a Shadowland, we draw 2, our opponent draws 3. So, Wake of War, Pallando. And over here, I'm going to discard these lures they got rid of off of them, and we can draw up to 3. Okay, Sleepless Malice, Balin, Icy Touch. Alright, very nice. Okay, so Sleepless Malice doesn't do so much for us. I'm really reconsidering even putting this in the deck. It's kind of a crappy card now that I see it. One hazard creature against the company doesn't count against the hazard limit. I mean, you have to play this card. That counts against the hazard limit. I don't know. Maybe if they're broken up into a bunch of little companies. Still, doesn't seem that great. Okay, but ghouls with Icy Touch does seem pretty great. Yeah, so they get, with Moon is Dead, they get 6 strikes of 8, and then with the Icy Touch, they get the +1 prowess modifier, so that's 6 strikes of 9. And now they're quite strong, but yeah, we've still got this Barrow White in our hand that they don't know about. So let's see how they decide to deal with this. Okay, and we have our own little secret weapon here with the dwarves are upon you. Yeah, 6 strikes of 9, so they're going to put the additional strike on Bifur. And what can we do? So I think we will play. I think what we'll do, we want to leave some folks untapped because, I mean, if we're smart, we'll leave some folks untapped because if we tap everyone and then if they come along with something else, then we will be sad. So who's got who among the untapped has, so Oin has 8 prowess. Okay, Nori's got 8 prowess. Okay, so if we play dwarves are upon you, that goes up to like 10 prowess. Even if they don't tap, it's back down to 7 to beat a 9. Sounds very doable. So I think that's what we do. Okay. So we leave Nori and Oin untapped. We tap Bifur. I mean, we could tap, let's see. If Bifur taps, he's got 5 prowess to beat a 9. They're going to put the extra strike, so it's back down to 4. 4, but with dwarves are upon you, it goes up to 6. So 6 to beat a 9. That's pretty good. All right, so we're going to play dwarves are upon you. And, yeah, all the dwarves get a +2 prowess modifier. Excellent. Okay, so let's kill these ghouls and get rid of Moon is Dead. All right, Pallando. He was already tapped, so he's got, but he also has the Fellowship modifier, so he's at 8 to beat a 9. He rolls a 10. Gloin has 7 to beat a 9. He rolls a 9. All right, Oin has, wait, not Gloin, he didn't have 7 to beat, I had 9 to beat a 9. Okay, Oin has chosen not to tap, so he's got, what, 5, 6, 7, 7 to beat a 9. He rolls a 6, Nori the same. He rolls an 11, wow, okay, and Bifur has, yeah, I just said it. He has 4, 5, 6 to beat a 9. And he rolls a 10. Okay, excellent. So Icy Touch is out of here. And the ghouls is in our marshalling point pile. And the Moon is Dead is gone. Okay. Man, we can't catch a break over here. And so we could play Barrow White, but they're gonna, let's see what we're talking about here. Yeah, Barrow White, 1 strike. We don't have the buff anymore, so it's going to be 1 strike of 12. Yeah, Moon is Dead really helps out the Barrow White. Let's think about this. So Oin, if he taps, is going to have... Yeah. either one of those guys, if they tap, they're going to have 8 prowess. Yeah. 8 prowess to beat a 12. Sounds rather likely. I don't want to hand them yet more. I'm so sick of... I'm just going to play Sleepless Malice just to get it out of my hand. Dang it. And I'm not going to play the Barrow White. I feel like I'm just handing them marshalling points. They've already got 5 from kills. And I know without some kind of buff, I just don't think it's worth it. Okay, so they arrived. All right, we've arrived. Draw our hand back up to 9. We've got Dane in our hand now. That's nice. Maybe. All right, Moria's gone. We're in the Dead Marshes. And okay, and now let's do Thráin's turn. So Thráin, no movement, no one draws, but my opponent could still play stuff, but he's not going to. So okay, so now Thráin's turn's done, and now we move over. Now we go to the sight phase. So Thráin doesn't do anything during his sight phase, but this team, I guess they're going to enter. Boy, I only have 2 people untapped, so that means they're going to put a strike on one of these strikes on Bifur. He's going to be a 4 to beat an 8. It's pretty good odds. As soon as I say that, I'm going to regret it. But okay, we're going to go in and face the strikes. And Oin will tap What the Hay to face 1 strike, and then they're going to put the additional strike on Bifur. Okay, so Oin rolls a 6. And now Bifur. Whew. Okay, Bifur has 4 to beat an 8. And he rolls an 11. Excellent. Okay, so we tap the sight, and Nori taps to play Worm's Bane. This is not great. Not great, because these have 2 additional corruption points. So he's up to 5, effective 5 corruption points. Ugh, that's bad. Okay. And we're at the end of the turn. I'm going to discard Pallando and draw up to 9. Okay. Going to discard Balin and draw Pippin. Okay. We've got too many characters over here. By the way, yes, I noted this I noted this, but Pippin, Robin, I brought Robin. I noted this in the description notes, but I brought Robin in at Rivendell, and I shouldn't have done that, but I'm not going to get too fussed about it. We'll just pretend like it was a chance meeting. A chance meeting is a card that I probably should start adding if we're going to be more Hobbit-focused. So it's a great card for Hobbits. Hobbit-focused decks, because it lets you bring guys in wherever, or many different places, including Hobbits. So yeah, anyway, this team is falling behind, so I'm just going to say, just pretend like I had a chance meeting in my hand and we played it, and Robin showed up at Rivendell and leave it at that. Sorry about that. Going forward, I'll be more careful about my Hobbits, and we'll next time we play with Gandalf's deck, we'll think about adding some chance meetings in there. Okay, but yes, now we're over here on this team's turn. And I'm not sure what to do with this team. They're in a bit of a shambles, but I think I'd like to I'd like to test these rings, and Gandalf can test whenever. I'm really regretting in many ways this ring lore, pulling this ring lore back into play. Not that important in the scheme of things, and I lost Bilbo because of it. But I've moaned about that enough. So yeah, I think I'm just going to test these rings with Gandalf, tap to test. If it's unsuccessful, I don't have to discard the ring or anything. So we can just keep doing that. And I think we're going to go back to Rivendell with this team, and we're going to go from Rivendell to Bag End with Glorfindel, and he's going to pick up some hobbits. I mean, I could just have the hobbits show up at Bag End and then have them come. That's a thought. I don't really have a lot in my hand. Let's go get some hobbits. I mean, I could have Éomer come in. That's a thought. I could have Éomer come in. Let's see. He's got 2. Oh, man. Yeah, if only Éomer was an elf. I could bring Éomer under Glorfindel's influence. Jeez. Alas, I cannot. Yeah. Okay, no Éomer. But yes, I'm going to have Glorfindel go to Bag End, mostly just to get some cards moving, and I'm going to have Gandalf go to Rivendell. Okay. So, let's go with Gandalf first. Everyone's untapped, right? Yes, for this. All right. So let's have Gandalf go first, and he's going to Rivendell. I'll draw 2. My opponent draws 2. Horhill, Thranduil, Uvatha, King Under the Mountain. Okay. Okay, so their sight path is triple wilderness. I don't really have anything to throw down on them, but we can certainly play. I mean, Uvatha can pull something from the discard, but I don't really have anything in the discard to pull. No, I do not. Okay, so I'm just going to play Uvatha, and no point in playing Wake of War. And then we discard something. Ugh, jeez. Don't we? Do we need to? Wait, yes, we do need to. Okay. Drawers map. And over here, so we arrive at Rivendell. And we need to discard down to 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think I'm going to get rid of Thranduil and Éomer right now. Yeah. I need a ranger to be sure. I really, really do. That is a thought. Maybe I need the ranger more than I need another hobbit. Yeah, okay. Why don't we... discard Pippin and Thranduil. All right. So they've arrived. Now, next movement, hazard phase. Glorfindel goes from Rivendell to Bag End, and that's a haven to a freehold, double wilderness, free domain. And a hazard limit of 2. We draw 2, our opponent draws 2. Marvel's Told. Ooh, and a ring. Okay. Feely. Morgul Rats. Interesting. Only playable at Shadow. At Shadow of Darkholds. Okay. Well, can't play that. Okay. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to be able to play that. Okay, so If they had the opportunity, I can always bring it back with Uatha. But, yes, so they have made it, Glorfindel has made it to Bag End. And we're back down to 9. And during his, no, I was about to say let's play Marvel's Told, but that forces a corruption check modified by -2, and he's holding 3 corruption points at the moment. Let's not do that, in fact. Although I do want to keep. I am, as much as I would love to give Boromir +2 prowess, yeah, I really need a ranger. Yeah. Don't I? I think I do, yeah. Okay. Well, that was the whole reason I kept Éomer around. I could give the ring to Éomer in the future. Okay. What if we... I really hate to discard that card. What if... Where does that leave us? It'd be crazy if I discarded ring lore after all that. Oh, man. This is... This is tough. I don't know. Okay. Now we'll discard Éomer after all that. I'm going to get a ranger skill from our ring instead of from Éomer. Okay. All right. And so now we're at the site phase. Yes, Glorfindel will not do anything, and Gandalf is going to tap to test Boromir's ring. Come on, 1 through 7. All right, we roll a 2. One of the rare times when that's good. Okay, so Boromir is now a ranger, like he should have been anyway. Okay, fantastic. And all right, and now we're at the end of the turn, and we can discard 1. I'm not going to do that, and draw up to 8. All right, concealment. That's good. That's good. A good one. And over here, we can discard 1 and draw up to 8. I just don't see Fellowship coming into play in the near future. I hate to do this, but I don't see it. Don't see it being very meaningful in the near future, and I can't sit on cards like this all the time. Okay, Fellwinter. All right, and that's the end of the round.